Hello, it's Skip Buttman at 11 o'clock news. Two men are in critical condition tonight following a fire in the Ballard area. Hello, Skip Buttman once again. Julie Boobman will be along later, but for now, we're looking along at the scene as we see it from above our Skycopter 1. You can see a fire in the area. It looks like two or three
Two-prop helicopter.
have responded. Units there, two fire trucks. This is what's being considered a and now there's gunshots. The fire is shooting at the firemen.
Yes. Yeah, we have a man on the scene here. Hello. Things are getting very tense. There's shooting everywhere. I can't. Oh my God! There's
fire,
a man down.
Am I hearing this correctly? The fire is
shooting at people. Yes, that is correct.
This sounds like a dangerous situation, Chance.
Head.
This is Chance Labia, man on the scene. We need to make sure that you're staying down and you're staying safe there. We'll be back with more. We need to hear more. We'll be back with...
Oh, wow.
All right, man. Are you ready for a good-ass show?
I get left in.
Yeah. Chance Labia and Skip Buttman. All right, here we are. We're back again. It's another edition. It's another episode of my show. And hey, wait, he's got a new complaint. Forever in debt to your priceless advice. It's that guy over there.
Do I complain that much?
No, this is a Nirvana song.
I certainly never complain about being introduced by the best to ever do it, that guy right over there.
It's me, it's One Take Jake, the Jet Force Gemini, back in the saddle again. And we are joined, it would not be the show that we know, the show that we love without him. Third man in the booth, the mouth of the Deep South, the agent of chaos. It's Robin.
You damn right it is.
Oh, apparently it's Bill Clinton.
Hello, people.
Hey,
I'm here, and I'm just here to have a good old time. All right.
Mr. President, Skip Buttman, Channel 11 News, question for you.
Yeah, Skip. Go ahead, Skip.
What is your favorite website?
My favorite website is badfacts.info.
Badfacts.info. That was all off the top of the brain, everybody. That was
the dome.
That was very good.
That was very good.
Can't be One Take Jake if we're rehearsing.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, the problem is we got to come in and succeed it. See, yes, excellent. We also Dana Altman and W are a very similar voice. I mean, one of them's Oklahoma, one of them's Texas. I mean, it's the same basic area.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tell them that and watch the
right?
their hey, Texas and Oklahoma, you're the same.
Can I complain? Can I complain?
You know why it's so windy in Oklahoma? Because Texas blows.
Sucks.
Oh, well, that one works too. Oh, ironically, Forrest Gump's on.
I'm not a smart man.
Nice.
I know what love is. I hear that's what Dave tells everybody.
I guess. I don't know.
All right, what's your complaint, Alex? Hey, wait, you've got a new complaint.
I do. So on YouTube, I stumbled upon Dave Bautista against Triple H in a retirement match.
Yeah.
And oof. Oof. Like these were, I mean, which obviously you guys already know. This is the limited. I'm baby stepping, tiptoeing in the shallow end of wrestling still. But holy shit, if these guys weren't so like, I don't even know if they had enough energy to call ahead to set reservations for their moves. As it would like, it was so. But at one point, Dave Bautista goes to grab Triple H, and it's a simple. I don't know if there's a more complex name than body slam. He picks him up, kind of like
scoop slam, maybe.
Scoop slam, probably.
Yeah, a little scoop. And then he's gonna drop him on the.
If there was a scooping motion, it was definitely a scoop slam.
Perfect. Here's the thing about this particular scoop slam. It took about 3 tries because Bautista was like huh, and you could tell that Triple H was a little off balance, so the weight wasn't where it needed to be, and then that threw off Batista. So when Triple H tried to give that little jump to help him up, to help him be lifted, that threw Batista off even more. And then they had to take a full second to like, 3, 2, 1, and whoop, kaboom! And I was like, this.
Take that.
I was like, people are like, they're like cheering. They're cheering.
It's more of a.
I was like,
that was very good.
That was very.
Every slam, every bump, everything was like there was that full breath right before it happens. Like Triple H grabs Batista, and then they both like
a couple of old men getting out of the chair.
And then he goes to throw him into like the stairs at the corner of the ring, and it's like Batista catches himself full on with both hands, and then hits the shoulder and falls over. Like he couldn't even like.
It's like that episode of Family Guy when Herbert fights the old Nazi.
So, random thought process. I know this is weird and uncalled for. Nobody's ever heard of this.
We just posted about this on the internet.
But right. Thinking of Dave Bautista and how he's always or lately berating other former wrestlers about being bad actors, and I thought of Triple H as his one time that I know of him being an actor, and the line he dropped. It was one of the Blade movies. Was horse humping thunder cunt. He called somebody that. Great line.
Horse humping. I'm just imagining him delivering that as
horse humping thunder cunt.
As Triple H.
Like, right.
Go ahead and write that.
Hey Rock, you're a horse humping thunder cunt.
Hit him with the hard T.
So I have to know though, like, were these two guys good at wrestling?
Triple H was
pretty solid, yeah.
Like, I can only view this from a very like I think the word would be like incredulous state of it. Like I cannot imagine that human being good at almost anything at this point. Like watching that match was so they're both in there. They're like, you could tell it's their old get up, right? He's got his black little Speedo on this with the 3 H's on his butt and stuff. And you're like, dude, you're 90 years old. Like, you can wear pants. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay to put pants on now, man. Like, I
wear
get
trunks, bro.
Yeah. Like,
go back to your DX trunks. Like, that's how you do it. You just act like you're doing a throwback. Like, hey, remember when I wore these in 96?
Yeah.
Now I got them 4 sizes larger.
Do you remember the year and a half or so when The Rock would wear shirts to wrestle in?
Yes,
because he had his he had his nipples. He had surgery on his nipples because he had bitch nipples, is what the technical term is. I'm pretty sure.
Bitch nipples?
Yeah, if you know, so bitch nipples is a thing. Look it up. And it's basically like for dudes, your nipples are just extra soft. Like you can have the biggest pectoral muscles in the world, and then you've got these nipples that look like I don't know, like a soft ice cream cone. The ice cream part.
I was like, I was trying to imagine which
not
part.
The cone,
like
the top,
like sharp and pointy.
Like you've had the ice cream cone and you've licked all the way down to where almost all the ice cream is gone, but it looks instead like the top looks kind of like Mount St. Helens, but it's soft.
I think I have bitch nipples.
Gross.
You might.
Not worried about it.
Well,
they're very small. I know that.
As long as you're not professionally wrestling, it shouldn't be an issue.
I mean, and if I were, I'd wear a shirt.
You could just wear a shirt, yeah.
or I would wear a singlet, or I'd be a masked man.
If you're interested in looking into what that was like, go back and look at the Rock early Rock matches and go ahead and examine his nipples.
Yeah, go ahead and look at them. Well, I mean, everyone else is.
We've given you permission.
Just stare at his nipples.
He noticed it and realized he needed to have surgery. So, and I'm pretty sure he had 2 surgeries because there was a time
were 2
when
nipples.
Well, no, like 2 separate operational times. Like he had them fixed, he thought, and then was like, all right, no more shirts. And they came back, and he's like, shit, give me the shirts.
again.
Yeah. Shirts on. Tarps off, boys.
Tarps off, boys.
Tarps.
It looks
I'm
like
trying to
Alex is
find-
actually looking it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to find these.
Just like look
Yeah,
up.
no, they're definitely different.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
really
this is
funny.
This
to
is
think
like
that The Rock had surgery on his nips.
Yeah. Because I wondered when it happened. I was like, why the fuck is Rock wearing? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Tell me I
That's like-
didn't describe that properly.
that is like this. It's a side by side comparison of I guess is I bitch and man nipples. Is that
Mhm.
is like
That's a Mount Hood of ice cream right there on the left.
Mount Hood of ice cream. Mount Hood of ice cream is the name of this episode,
is the early leader for sure. That's wow.
and we'll all know what it means.
Physically, Dwayne Johnson may not have a problem, but mentally he had. Although he was a wrestler, but his plastic surgery decision didn't have a relation with his health. As he himself admitted, Dwayne's plastic surgery is mainly an aesthetic choice. Yeah.
Most of them aren't they? Like
No,
most
you can have like
plastic surgeries.
I think they consider like skin grafts and stuff a plastic surgery. So it's like if you get burned,
Yes.
right? Or you get in a car accident and they have to reconstruct your face or something. That's all plastic surgery, and that would
Right.
not be.
Yeah.
I think by aesthetic choice they mean like a boob job, literally.
Yeah.
He got a boob job.
I saw a
He got a
thing.
nipple job.
Let's see, what day is this? There's like yesterday about Elvira. When she was a baby, she had boiling water dumped on her on
Oh,
accident, and so she had skin grafts done over a ton of her body. And I can only imagine like how good were skin grafts when she was a baby,
Right.
because she's 70 now.
Yeah.
So that was
But
the 40s.
you look at her skin, and she's fucking gorgeous. I mean,
she just has
Yeah.
like she got like the skin grafts of super soft baby skin though. So
Right.
like maybe
that
that's
might
like
be the answer.
I'm not as a father of a 6-month-old, I'm not saying we should boil our kids, but if they're gonna need skin
Aw.
grafts, maybe
Do it
maybe
early.
do it
Hey,
early.
that's a modest proposal.
Seems fair.
There's a smart joke for you listener out there that might have gotten that one.
A modest proposal.
Have you all seen What If, the most recent?
I have.
Oh, I didn't finish it. I got bored.
Really?
Yeah, but it was good. I mean, it was good enough. But
Yeah, I
like
mean,
I said, I got
On
bored.
par with the rest of the series so far.
I'll say that it had the best shock ending to set up for the end of the season. So
I did see something about the end, so I know a little bit.
Thor, the party prince, shows up on Earth
Hmm.
and throws a huge party, fucks everything up. What'd you say?
In Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas, baby. And then he takes a show on the road. But then like his mom's coming to get him in trouble, and she shows
Project
up.
X style.
Yeah, and he shows up, and it's like, oh, we're doing a cultural exchange, mother, ha ha. And because he's been fighting Captain Marvel the whole time,
Right.
and the fight went on forever.
Yeah, it was like a Family Guy chicken fight.
Right. It's like,
Mhm.
now I'm gonna hit you with this. Oh, now I'm gonna hit you with that. Ah. And so at the very end, Captain Marvel's like, here's the information about humanity that you requested, Thor. Have a nice day. And right about that time, a big old portal opens and out walks Vision, but he's in like this big old armor, and he's got all the Infinity Stones in the armor, and his head has the last Infinity Stone, and the Vision's here to fuck shit up.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
I
like,
thought it was Ultron.
yeah, it was like
Was it Ultron?
It's Vision in an Ultron suit. He's wearing Ultron like it's an Iron Man suit. So it's like Ultron comes out, you see Ultron's face, and you're like, oh shit, Ultron has the Infinity Stones. And then it opened, shing, Iron Man
Vision.
style, and it's Vision with the final, right? It's 5 Infinity Stones across the chest.
Yeah.
And the mask
And-
opens, and he's got the Mind Stone in his mind.
Yeah.
And
I'll
so
finish that tonight.
It was like a good ending to like a less than mediocre episode.
Like I enjoyed it more than any of the other ones, just because
The
it
zombies
had
ones have been my favorite. That's my favorite one.
zombie one was okay.
This one seemed like it was fun, but like I said, I did get bored, and I was like, I'll watch it later when I'm more interested.
After a while, it's like the joke kind of was like, okay, we get it. He's here to party the entire time, and the Frost Giants, yeah.
Yeah, because I looked at the runtime and I was like, that's an investment
It's
for
like-
me right now.
My complaint. I guess it's a personal complaint because it's not necessarily a
Hey,
fair
wait,
criticism of the
he's
show.
got a new complaint.
But I don't enjoy that. Like none of these episodes. It's like they try to loop it back around to like what the MCU is basically supposed to be anyway. Like the Killmonger episode was like,
Yeah.
oh, what if Killmonger's a good guy? Nope, secretly he still hates white people and Wakanda. You're like, no, why don't we actually explore if Killmonger is a legit good guy? Like,
yeah.
Flip the script 100%. Don't flip 25% of the script 100% and then use the other 75% to make it exactly the fucking same. Like that you're not telling me, you're not actually showing me anything new. You're showing me the same car with a new paint job. I don't fucking care.
Yo, dog, I heard you like Marvel, so we put some Marvel in your Marvel so you can freak out while you freak out.
Exactly. Like when they made it freaking Captain Carter or whatever, it was like, oh, this is the exact plot of Captain America the First Avenger, only with a girl. Like that's not any different.
Right.
That's boring. Like make it 100% different, but they don't, and that's boring.
I just read that John Jones is 255 pounds right now.
Wow, that's a big
Complete different subject, but yeah, John Jones, like he was
even on cocaine, he puts on weight.
Even on coke, dude, putting on pounds. He says his goal is to get up to 270 pounds. Holy shit!
That's a lot.
I mean, I guess his brother is Walter Jones.
Yeah,
he's trying to fight Brock Lesnar, basically. I mean, like that weight class. And wow, that'll be interesting because nobody's really done that. Nobody's went and put on like his normal walking around weight was like 225, so an extra 50 pounds, and he's done it fairly slow, but at the same time quickly. Like it's been like a year and a half. Man.
I mean, I put on like 40 pounds in a year and a half, but I started out at like 110. So
right, not the same. Not the same.
It's a different thing.
Although percentage-wise, like that's pretty impressive.
As I remember when I was working at Dex, we had a like a Biggest Loser challenge, and I protested because I was like, because they went off percentage. I'm like, that's bullshit. Because if the woman who weighs 120 pounds loses a pound, that's like that's like a percent. I have to lose like 6 pounds to equal her 1 pound. Like that's not healthy. So
what is it that Iron Man says? He says something like, "Your math skills are blowing my mind right now." Like your math, yeah. So,
you move your leg. I'm gonna sit there.
No, I'm not a hug. Just trying to open the door. That's my
both of those are ad libs.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's funny. Ding.
Hit him. Yeah, the first one, like, whatever the kid's name is, missed his cue to move
Peter
his legs.
Parker?
No, yeah, I know who Peter Parker is, but whatever the actor.
Oh,
who was it?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Yeah, Tom Holland missed his cue, and so like, RDJ just kind of looks around and goes, "Move your leg. I'm gonna sit there," and just like it sits down, and then I'm just going in for like. The hug was scripted, but the line, like, don't make it personal. Like, this is like not a hug, just opening the door.
Come on.
His ad libs are very much like Michael Scott. What's his name?
Steve
Carell.
Steve Carell. Jesus, my brain just went. That
this is the we've forgotten actors' names,
right?
Of the show.
Lord.
Yeah.
That's what we need is a Steve Carell, Robert Downey Jr. movie. Right? I just saw Jake's face light up. He's like, "Hold up."
I'm just recasting the movie that RDJ did with Zach Galifianakis.
Oh yeah.
What was
Yeah.
it? Due Date. Yeah.
Yeah.
Recast that
I could
with
see that.
with Steve
Oh
Carell.
my god.
That's pretty good.
Although I think I would rather see a movie where Steve Carell is the straight man and
Zach
RDJ is like he would be the comedy of that. I think that would be funnier.
I went straight to Space Force, but you take out John Malkovich and put in Robert Downey Jr.
Oof.
That could be good.
Where they're both kind of the straight man, but also the freedom to ad lib whenever they want. Like that would be that could be. I mean, not to take anything away from John Malkovich, who was amazing in that series, but
so good.
Like Robert Downey Jr. in that that setting of give him 10 episodes, right? Just a Robert California type thing in the second season of Space Force, and then he's out. 10 episodes, he's done. That would be amazing.
Yeah,
make it happen, RDJ. We know you guys are. We know you guys are mad at Netflix and all the streaming services and all that anyway, but hey, that's where all the money is right now.
Did you see they set a release date, I'm pretty sure, for the Orville season 3?
You sent me that. I didn't look at it.
Yeah. I didn't look at it either. I assumed you would, but I should have known you wouldn't look at it because you're like, I read the title.
Orville's coming. Sweet.
Yeah.
With most Facebook articles, you don't learn much after the title anyhow.
Did you watch the one I sent before that?
Which one was it?
The gorillas.
No, I saw the title.
Oh my god, I had to watch it. I was like, what the fuck?
Apparently,
yeah, go ahead.
Well, you tell the story. You saw the video.
So TMZ posts this video now that I'm looking at this fucking Orville thing since you didn't open it. March 10th, 2022. TMZ posts this thing. It says gorillas, Bronx Zoo gorillas go downtown in oral sex peep show. And the video starts out with you see one silverback gorilla up on the hill and he's walking towards people and people are like, oh, look, that's cute. He came in for a hug and the one gorilla lays down on his back and the other one goes down on him. And I'm like, oh shit. And the people are like, oh my god, don't look at that, because there's a bunch of people and this guy's like, slow zoom.
Zooming in.
Slow zoom.
All of a sudden you just hear near, far, wherever you
are. Anyway.
In the jungle.
Yeah.
Right? TMZ.
Oh, funny. Yeah.
Zoo.
Look at the picture.
I love the kids' reaction.
Yeah, it's so good. I'll open it in Safari and then send the link to the group text.
Yeah, the visual is all available, of course, on our YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube.
And maybe I can put the link in there, or we can post it on our Facebook.
We'll find a way to make it happen.
Yeah, it's coming your way.
Make sure, so to speak.
Oh god.
When Simon and Garfunkel saying it's all happening at the zoo, they weren't kidding. That's the first line in the TMZ article.
That's not a very timely reference, but I respect it.
Oh god.
Wow.
Where do you go? Where do you go from there?
The funniest thing, it says up next, Cowboys pummel blah blah. I'm like, well, wait.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, wait a minute. That's too much TMZ.
No.
I pooped too much.
So we got a Ducks game this weekend, and I've been upgrading my tailgating stuff. I ordered a new barbecue, and FedEx should have had it delivered to me, I think Tuesday, but it says it's delayed in Portland. So I don't understand that, but whatever. So I should have a new
Portland or something.
Yeah, it's something, I don't know. So maybe we'll have that by the next game. But I also invested in a big battery. It's basically just a big battery that you can plug in your TV and satellite. Oh, and also I bought a tailgater satellite and a satellite box, and I've got a TV. So maybe not by the Arizona game, but by the time we play Cal, I will have TV and satellite and a barbecue, and we're also gonna move our tailgate spot over into the grass. And dude, we're set up. It's go time.
It's go time.
Goden.
Skoden.
I'm pumped.
You're gonna make it nicer to not go in the stadium than to go in the stadium. You're gonna get
It's always been the goal.
It's gonna be posh.
Yeah, like
it's always been the goal to have a better tailgate.
Always, yeah, we want to be set up so that if we don't go in because we're maybe too drunk or don't have tickets, that we can still enjoy the game and still have a good time. So, I'm pumped.
If the pick doesn't work, you got a place that you can retire to.
Mm-hmm. And that way we don't have to rely on Jed to be there. And yeah.
So you also were given 2 parts tailgaters too. Did you get those working, or did you figure out what was going on with those?
So a couple weeks ago, I saw on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, $100 Dish Network tailgater, which is basically a portable satellite dish or receiver dish to use when you go camping or whatever. And so I was super pumped. I sent it to Jake, I think, even at $100. And then the next day they dropped it to $50. And I was like, well, cool, because I wasn't able to get down there anyway. So I drive down to Wolf Creek and I get there and they're like, hey, I have 2 others that don't work, but you can just have them and maybe you can make them work. And I was like, cool, no problem. So I brought everything home and I take them apart. And basically when you take them apart, it looks like the regular satellite or dish you see for anybody that's got Dish Network, but it's smaller. It's probably about 10, 12 inches across, and it sits inside this big housing box. And what that thing does is it's got 2 motors. One turns it 360 degrees, and the other one tips the dish. And so it's basically because it's smaller, it's more accurate to where your satellite is, satellites are. And so what it does is you plug in your TV and you run your coax cable from the dish tailgater box over to your satellite receiver and turn everything on, and it goes, oh, you're using a dish tailgater, and then it goes from there and it connects everything and bloop 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 and ta-da, we have TV.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so like I took these ones apart because I'd never seen what they are and what's inside them, the 2 that didn't work. And I immediately figured out, okay, well, this motor is locked up, the one that tips this one up and down, and this one, both of them are burned out. So
nice.
I can buy the motor for like $10-15 to replace them, but for now I'll just use the one that works, and then later if I need to down the road, I now know what I need to do to fix the one that works already. So yeah, and maybe I'll fix the one of the ones that doesn't work and
sell it for $50.
Sell it for $50, or yeah. Shit, take it to Autzen and put $100 on it and just sit it there. I guarantee somebody will be like, I'm in.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Son of a bitch, yeah. Dang it. Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah, and then the battery thing. So here's how the battery thing came about. You know where we park, well, the listener doesn't, but we park in the handicapped area. This is how we met Dino. I'll come back to Dino here in a second.
I wish you'd come back to games.
Me too. But I'd seen this group. They have their TV. They're there every week, and they're by they set their stuff up in the grass by that gate that goes in that Dino used the last time that we were there. And I was like, well, how are they getting power? Because my dad was like, oh, they're probably just using the power there. And I'm like, no, no, no. I've looked into that. It uses a really weird plug, and I'm pretty sure it's like 220. And so it's not a viable option. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ask them. So I go over there and ask them, and they're like, um, we got this thing. It's called Goal Zero Yeti. And I was like, Yeti, like the cooler? And they're like, yep, that's what it's called. I'm like, all right, well, I'll just remember that and look it up later. So get home next day, and I was like, oh yeah, when I looked up that thing they were using, they were like, they explained to me it's like a battery. It's got a readout on it, and it tells you, how many hours they have, and they basically said they were at like 89% battery after using it that whole tailgate time,
Oh,
4
geez.
hours. Yeah.
Jeez.
And so I'm looking at it on Amazon and eBay, and I see like there's a Goal Zero Yeti 150, and I was like, oh, it's like 150, $200 depending on where you look. It's like, that's not bad. Well, then I start looking into it. How much power does that actually have? It's 150 watts or some shit like that. And so I'm like, okay, I got to figure out how much I need for a TV and a satellite receiver, and finally basically figure out like 1,000 watt one would be perfect for what we do. But also a 500 watt one would work for what we do if we only use a 32-inch TV. So start looking, get on Amazon. I discovered that I could get that same thing. The 1,000 watt one is about $1,000. I found it on
Damn.
eBay for 850, and I was like, God, that's so much money because I could just get a generator. And
Right.
yeah, it's annoying,
So
but
you just put it on the other side of the car, and it's everyone else's problem.
right, right. Well, and also another thing was we've been using both either my dad's truck or my mom's car to tailgate, and they both have outlets in them. So like we
Yeah.
can just use that. It's got 110 already in them. And so anyway, I was like, okay, I'm gonna look and see if there are other options. Well, of course there are. And I found one on Amazon that's got a really good rating, and they wanted $384 for a 576 watt or something like that. I'm like, that's perfect,
And that's oddly specific.
right?
It is, yeah.
Well, it
And we
also
rated
had
it
a
for
coupon.
exactly.
No, it also had a coupon for $150 off, and I was like,
Cha-ching.
yep, let's do this. So I fucking ordered one, and it'll be here like October 1st. So
Nice.
yeah, pretty pumped about all that. So we're gonna be like you said, it'll be better than going in sometimes.
Dang.
God damn, this last weekend it fucking poured. It was awesome. Like it was great.
It was great.
Well, like if you've ever been there when it rains,
Yeah.
and I mean like not just rains, like fucking Oregon rains.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's fun. People just the energy they have, they just don't give a fuck about anything. They're just running around having a great time. And I mean, like I had fun. I just happened to be sitting down in the car though when the fucking thunder went
Yeah, that was
over my
crazy.
head. I was like, holy shit. And then I get out of the car and the fucking stadium is playing Thunderstruck. And I was
That's
like,
funny.
you son of a bitch.
The
was
the last two times I remember it being raining in Autzen Stadium, the last time I was a fan was Washington State was playing, and it just inexplicably just poured rain for like 10 minutes in the middle of the third quarter and stopped.
Yeah.
And that was miserable because then I was cold afterwards.
Yeah.
Because like as long as my feet stay reasonably warm, I'm fine. But as soon as my feet get cold, I start getting cold. The other time I remember was when Cal played at Oregon and there was a monsoon.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
I was in the second row of the press box, and my computer was getting wet.
Oh shit.
The wind was blowing the rain in to the second row of the press box that our shit was getting wet. And like fortunately that was one game where I didn't have to go down and be a photographer. I was on assignment for a California blog. They're like, hey, we can't send our guy. You want to do it for us for $100? I was like, yes, I do.
Yes, that was the game that Deaton was so cold and wet he bought 2 cups of coffee and dumped them on
himself
because he was so cold that he was like, I have no way to warm up. This seems legit. So he did it, and
The
Now he's got a
quickest
great
and
story.
most effect. Yeah, and then he was cold because it got cold.
Oh, he
now
was
he's wet
already
again.
wet, so yeah, but that was a good time. We were enjoying Dino's van, and the slopes were nice.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good time. So many good times.
I feel like I've been rained on more at Bean Dip than I have at Autzen. And when you
Probably because that
consider how
place
many times I've
sucks.
been to each, that's ridiculous.
Right, the percentages don't add up.
Your math skills are blowing my mind.
It's like I went to the game that Paul Rodriguez missed like 100 field goals, and that was a downpour. I feel like it rained the year Oregon went to the national championship against Auburn. It definitely rained one year when Robin and I were walking around outside and couldn't get into the second half.
Oh
And
yeah,
then it rained another time. Like every time I'm there, it rains.
yeah.
I had 2 tickets. Like my dad's like, here's some tickets to a Washington State Oregon State game. It's an Oregon bye week. You have no reason not to go. I'm like, shit.
I mean, other than it's in Horvalis.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
was already in Lebanon, and if
He's
it's
like, I have
No,
100
no.
reasons not to go, and all of them are the Beavers.
right, well, I got an opportunity to actively root against them, which was fun.
Like the Sac State game.
Yeah, exactly. But like even at that, it was raining. Like every time I'm there, it fucking
Yeah.
rains. I hate that
Yeah.
place.
So I've texted Dino a couple times, and the last time I sent him a text was August 31st, and September 15th I got a text. I'm assuming it's from his sister. It says Dean is in the hospital and unable to communicate with you right now. That's all it says.
Oh.
Damn.
So yeah, maybe I'll try to call him again anyway, and because that's been a week, right? Yeah, 15th or 23rd. Yeah. So maybe I'll try to call him tomorrow or something.
That's rough.
That super sucks. Please don't die, Dean. I hope you're listening and don't die.
Like it would be funny to think that Dean is one of our listeners. Well, I mean, he knows about the show. He's been on it.
Yeah, he knows. But if he can't communicate, can he listen? I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to be morbid, but I just assume he's not in a coma.
I'm hoping not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll text Rick actually. I'm gonna do that right now.
Do
Texting
that.
Rick.
Why don't
Texting
you
Rick.
text Rick? Damn it.
Texting.
So what I've been doing with my spare time. First of all, have you guys watched Tacoma FD?
No.
Limited. Yeah, a little bit.
It's pretty good. Like Alex, open your heart to Tacoma FD. It's pretty funny. But
Where do you watch it?
Where do I watch it? On the television?
The TVs.
It's on the Hulus.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Okay.
But I've also recently restarted watching CSI. And
like the actual serious
like the OG
Grisham
Yep.
like Las Vegas. They're
Yep.
they're rebooting that as CSI Vegas.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting ready for it.
That's awesome.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're restarting CSI, but here we go again. But now it's Grissom and Sarah, and now their love affair their love can fully bloom. Because they end up I'm watching it, and it's so funny because the first couple episodes there's so much exposition, and she shows up in episode 2 and he's like, "Hi Sarah, I'm Gil Grissom," and I'm like, "We're gonna bang later."
I just like that there's so many CSIs and it's been long enough that to bring it back,
go back to
it
Vegas.
has to be brought back as CSI Vegas. Because it was the original, it was just CSI, and then they went CSI New York and then all the way back around Snake
Full
Eats
circle,
itself,
yeah.
and they have to call it Vegas because otherwise they'd be like, wait, why is all these young kids would be like, why is this one just CSI? That doesn't.
Because you don't understand what 9 o'clock on Thursday meant. All your friends were watching the OC, and you sat down and you watched CSI because you were the weird kid.
Just for the record, you could actually watch both because I did watch the OC and then go out to the living room to watch CSI with my mom and dad. One was from 9 to 10 and the other was from 8 to 9 and the other was from 9 to 10. So boom,
Gotcha,
I was the weird kid and the popular kid at the same time.
Well, I just out and out refuse to watch the OC on principle.
Oh, it's a great show.
That's not.
Fantastic show.
Like The OC is up there with Friday Night Lights of shows I just don't care about, and no matter how many times I try, I don't care.
I would
Which
never
one?
try to convince
Friday Night
anybody
Lights.
to watch either one, and I love them both.
There you go.
I get it. Somebody's like, I don't like Friday Night Lights, and I'm like, you shouldn't. I do.
Yeah.
It is objectively not that great of a show. I didn't realize that it was Peter Berg who made it, though.
I don't know who that is.
He did Entourage and Ballers and basically every Mark
out, bitch.
Wahlberg show
Mac.
ever.
Mac.
But I just really want,
The
now that I
world
know
is
that
a
Peter
burning
Berg
Mac.
did Friday Night Lights and is doing, or was, I don't know if Ballers is still happening on HBO, but
Ballers.
they needed to bring Michael B. Jordan to Ballers as his character from the 4th season of Friday Night Lights, as if he had grown up and made it into the league. They should have just, boom, he's a quarterback now, and just been the same character. It would have been an amazing throwback to like the 6 people who happened to watch both shows. Peter Berg would get to, like, I don't know, toot his own horn again. Acting.
Bloody chicken to see.
Wait, why are you singing for me?
Okay.
Just an office connections. Because we did the Entourage.
Entourage.
He wanted me. He wanted me to pick all the Bruce Springsteen songs I could. He picked the Hard of Rock and Roll, 4 of them are Huey Lewis songs.
Yeah. And one was Tracy Chapman. What was the song? Tracy Chapman. It was a Treat Me One. Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. You girl.
That's right. Yes. Down to sing the blues.
Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Who wants some man meat?
I want some man meat.
I want your man meat in my mouth. Yeah, that's a great.
So good.
Man.
That's how you can tell our show's good when we just start quoting The Office.
Yes, that's exactly why you can tell.
Office quotes. Welcome to Office Quotes.
Welcome to the Office Quotes podcast. This is your host, Crying Brian Dern. We're going to talk about our favorite quotes from the Office. Coming up at number 40, we've got no, please God, no.
That was way higher than 40. Come on.
That was just the first one that popped in my mind. Who's the guy that did the
Brian started the fire. Sorry.
Brian started. No, he did like the coming in at number 26. This song played in 1955.
Casey Kasem.
Casey Kasem. Yes.
And
he's dead.
Casey Kasem.
I'm Casey Kasem.
And he used to do the voice for Shaggy on Scooby-Doo.
Did he?
I'm pretty
I was
sure
not aware of that.
Seacrest does it now. Seacrest in one of his billion jobs, I think
he's got a few.
You know who has never been replaced? Paul Harvey.
Oh God! And now the rest of the story.
Paul Harvey, news and comment, brought to you by Bose. And now, Paul Harvey news. Good morning, Americans. It's Friday. News from the Capitol Hill this morning.
I don't know who you're
impersonating.
You don't know Paul Harvey
but I'm
is?
Guessing you're doing a great job.
Oh, I was doing a bang-up job.
Super job.
Just pinnacle, mate.
I'm gonna punch you in the mouth.
Why?
I don't know. That one annoyed me.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite British slang right now. Pinnacle.
That's my favorite British slang right now.
It's amazing. And then the other one, I found myself now, whenever something good at work happens, I just say out loud, "Way to go, Lewis. What a way to win your 7th world title." Nobody's named Lewis.
Yeah,
I just thought that was a really nice thing for Bono to say after he won his 7th world title.
Way to go.
He's like, "Way to go, Lewis. Way to win your 7th world title, mate."
My favorite British saying is by somebody not British. Leave it out.
Leave it out.
Tosser. You had one job.
You had one job.
We're in Bonnie. Rubble. Trouble.
Trouble.
Yeah, but y'all bad boy yachty. Oh wait, that's a different movie entirely.
Yeah, not the same, but hey, we'll allow it.
Is that Snatch? That's Snatch. I was trying to figure out if that was Snatch or Lock,
Yep.
Stock.
Yep.
I've definitely seen Snatch way more than I've seen Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Like, I pretty much quoted start to finish Cool Runnings when I watched it the other day. Like, I just sat down and I was like, "And where do you think you're going? You've got papers to grade." And I'm just like, "I got to go run, Joy." And so I'm just sitting there doing the whole movie as a one-man play there on the couch. I
Michael
think
Scott auditioning.
like bong bong.
Dun,
But I think I could also do that with Snatch. I could do a one-man play of Snatch
Yeah. That's why I can't watch Tommy Boy or Mallrats anymore.
because you know the entire movie,
All of it, and it's annoying. It annoys the fuck out of me.
knowing every word. Like
Uh-huh.
there was a while when I was watching, like Blue Streak was the movie I was watching a lot.
Ooh,
He's gonna chop,
that's a
chop,
fun
chop
one.
it up.
That movie. And then he took my shoelace. I said I couldn't read good. Like that's that's one of those movies that I reference, and I don't think anybody knows I'm
Nobody gets
referencing
it,
it.
right.
Yeah, nobody gets it at all.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I just know that someday somebody's gonna. Are you talking
Somebody's
about?
gonna be like, wait,
Is
hold
that
up.
Blue Streak? Yes.
Like, as a matter of
Did
fact.
we just become best friends?
Then I tried
Yep.
National Security. Not nearly as good.
Still
I'm-
funny though.
Still funny. Not nearly as good though. Blue Streak is.
not very good.
It's not. That's real good.
I do that with both the Terminator and Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Like I just say
Terminator.
every line from the movie, and everybody hates me for it.
They're just like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
They're
I
like,
remember.
these movies aren't that good, and I'm like, they're American classics.
Like, get out of my house. I remember it was incredibly hot one summer in Eugene, and my buddy's like, "Well, what do you want to do?" I was like, "Well, we've got an inflatable pool, right?" He's like, "Yeah." So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go get a 12-pack of beer. We're gonna float those beers in the pool. We're gonna get lawn chairs. We're gonna put those lawn chairs in the pool so our asses get wet. Then we're gonna get your laptop. We're gonna bring it out here. We're gonna watch Terminator 2 Judgment Day. We're gonna drink a 12-pack of beer with our wet asses in the pool, and we're gonna enjoy it. He's like, "That's a great fucking idea."
If that's
You
not in
didn't
a
even
movie,
fucking
we need
invite
to
me?
write that and put it into one.
Yeah. What'd you say, Alex?
I said you didn't fucking invite me.
Well, I mean, no.
Rude. I'm gonna do the same thing with Rocky and not invite you.
Bet you don't.
You'll never know until years later when I tell a story on this podcast. Like, you guys
Wait,
remember the summer of 2023?
Oh.
Yeah, you weren't there, but I had an inflatable pool and I bought an 18-pack of beer and I watched all 5 real Rocky movies
Ooh,
in a row.
So wait, which one
stopping.
did you skip?
One should I have skipped?
I don't know. You're the
Oh.
one that's throwing this
I would skip Rocky
Rockapalooza.
5 and watch Rocky Balboa.
That's a fair pick, but you lose out on a lot of good lines in Rocky 5.
Like, we'll go
My
finish
ring's
this.
outside.
Yeah,
They can't
in
all
the
be
street.
winners.
My ring's outside. That's a great line. You lose, you're finished.
Yeah, that would be an epic movie marathon in an inflatable pool with 18 beers.
It's not. You would run out of beers. You'd get through like Rocky 2, and then you would need more beer.
We're gonna need more beers.
We're gonna need more beer.
That'd be very good, dude.
I don't know why this Bill Clinton imitation is getting me.
Because it's pinnacle, mate.
It's got a direct line to my funny bone. I'm just gonna no sell it from now on.
Oh, there was a new episode of Dark Side of the Ring today. So that I can
Oh,
watch.
shit.
About Chris
Oh.
Canyon coming out.
Who
Super
better than
excited.
Canyon?
Everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
I'm so.
That's not a secret.
He did get thrown off the triple cage though after David Arquette hit him with a guitar.
Oh. Yeah, but did he get New Jack thrown off of a fucking scaffolding and almost die?
No, but it was really it was a controversy because it happened in the same building that Owen Hart fell in. And so the Gundurina, that's what it was. And so they threw him from the basically the roof of the building through the stage. And they're like, why did you do that here?
Couldn't you have done that like not here?
Yeah, why? Like, we don't need to see more people falling from the sky here.
Less death.
Fewer people dying here, please.
Yeah. What is this, a golf tournament?
What's so what's
No. Too many people died last year.
Oh, right.
There. Explain it.
what's the wrestling where they never let go? They just it's like what
Catch
Chain
can.
wrestling.
it's
Chain
what?
wrestling.
Chain
Chain
wrestling.
wrestling. That in whatever arena you're talking about, they should just only chain wrestling forever. Like don't jump off
Forever.
any ropes. Don't do any big slams. We just hug and fall and tumble around, and then everybody goes home alive and happy.
Hug and fall.
Hug and fall and tumble around is the name of this episode.
Hey, look, shitty cat.
Is that the Thantos?
That is Thantos. There we go. You ever had a pet that you hate?
Yes.
The worst.
I
Every time he eats cat food, I think he's mocking me. Like, haha, you're taking care of me. And I'm like, you piece of shit.
I keep telling, like, I got new guys at work, and I tell them every time they do something that I think is unsafe, I'm like, guys, 10 fingers, 10 toes. That's what you came in with. That's what you're gonna leave with. So anytime they do something, I'm like, guys, 10 fingers, 10 toes. Bodies over beans. Come on.
That's the better line. Bodies over beans. That's the name of the episode.
Yeah, that's the episode. Bodies over beans.
Well, we're not gonna get any better than that. And these people, they could have been anywhere in the world, but they're here with us. We appreciate that. Make sure you're checking us out on YouTube, and of course, badfacts.info.
It's
Bill
very
Clinton.
good.
It's very good. President Bill Clinton's favorite website,
It's my favorite.
next to myintern.org.
And Penn Island.
But for this episode, this edition of my show with Alex and Jake, good night, universe.
That's a podcast.
Go Ducks!
Go Ducks.
Go Ducks, the goest of ducks.
Beat the Arizonas.
53 to 20.
53 to 20. And then
69 to 0.
Nice.
420 to 69.
Oh.
See what you did there.
All right.
Thank you.